Liam was grieving for Leyla. He was a broken man, and I was broken too. After Ben, I was in a really vulnerable place, and Liam could see that. So he started flirting with me, pressuring me for sex, and before I knew what was happening, we were having an affair. I knew it was wrong, but when I broke things off, he got really nasty with me.
Why?
Because of his guilt. He'd only married Leyla a few months earlier, but his guilt over Leyla is what really ate him up. He let her down as a father, and he needed somebody to blame. Liam's not who people think he is. He's cruel, controlling, and I was so scared. I thought he was gonna kill me. Then, I found out I was pregnant. I did about 6 pregnancy tests to be sure, all positive. It was either Liam or Billy's. I don't know. I didn't have a chance to register the pregnancy because, on Christmas Day, after the pub explosion, I lost my baby. That was the last straw for me. I lost control, and everything after that is a blur. I remember Liam started telling people I was never pregnant, trying to paint me as a liar so no one would believe me if I spoke up about our affair. He turned everyone against me. Even my own sister.
Belonging to you with traces of Ben Tucker's blood.
Of course his blood is on them. I had to fight for my life.
I put it to you that Ben, like Leyla and Andrea, caught you out, and you snuck in wearing gloves to avoid leaving fingerprints.
It was cold that day.
And you beat him to death in a violent and prolonged attack to silence him.
He attacked me. It was self-defense.
Did he hurt you?
Of course. He was trying to kill me.
There's no mention of any injuries in your medical records.
I'm a nurse. I can look after myself.
This court has heard from numerous people that Ben was a good-natured, kind man, not this angry monster that you've depicted.
He'd been falsely accused by Jay and violently attacked by Liv.
What do you remember about the day of Dawn Taylor and Billy Fletcher's wedding?
Very little. When I was told what I did, I couldn't believe it. I clearly wasn't in control of what I was doing.
So, it was just the random acts of someone deeply traumatized.
Exactly.
But when you look at the details of what you actually did that day, the amount of planning involved in numerous kidnappings, drugging, acquiring a gun, carjacking, attempted murder, doesn't seem like the random acts of someone out of control. In fact, it looks like the detailed, premeditated work of someone very much in control. I'm sorry, Miss Jutler. Your story just isn't stacking up at all. This alleged breakdown doesn't explain what happened to Andrea Tate and Leyla Kavanagh.
Neither of those had anything to do with me.
Yet somehow items belonging to them found their way into your box of trophies.
I picked up some things I found lying around. Doesn't make me a murderer.
Yet you still admitted to these crimes.
Manpreet made that up after everything I put her through. I don't blame her for having a grudge. Doesn't mean it's true.
So you simply fell foul to a series of incriminating coincidences.
Let's be real. What happened to Leyla was no coincidence.
Sorry? What do you mean?
She wasn't a happy girl. Her mum was dead, her stepmom was a pedophile, and her dad is a lying, womanizing control freak with a horrible temper. I don't know why she was on that bridge that day, but if you ask me, she was there for a reason.
That reason being?
To end her suffering. To kill herself.
That's not true, that's you. I'm a lying bitch. Don't believe her, please. Do not believe a word of it.
Sit down in my courtroom.
She never would have killed herself, you know? I mean, she had a whole life ahead of her.
Security, please remove her from the courtroom.
Yeah, all right. Look what you've done to him, Mina. You killed her. You killed his little girl.